Well, a very good evening to you. Welcome to your primetime news bulletin. As always, comes to you live on MTV Sports and Shakti TV from our News First Centre here in Colombo. I'm Shahin Jurangpati.
And I'm Arudhati Mudanayaka. Let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Headlines on News First at 9.
A male nurse who engaged in a protest by climbing atop a tree concludes his protest. Eldest daughter of the Angolan president makes her debut in the Forbes list of billionaires. JVP leader comments on the incident in Ratupaswala. Minister Vijay Muni reveals that the data book on tamed elephants which was misplaced has been found.
On to those stories in detail. According to the Forbes magazine, the eldest daughter of Angolan President Jose Eduardo dos Santos has made her debut in Forbes list of billionaires.
Well, Isabel dos Santos, who banked an estimated net worth of $3 billion, is Angola's first billionaire and the richest woman in Africa.
Forbes magazine points out that the controversial manner in which the Angolan president's daughter, Isabel dos Santos, accumulated her wealth. According to the Forbes magazine, Isabel's net worth grew from $500 million in 2012 to $3 billion in less than a year. The Forbes article highlighted that her father, President Jose Eduardo dos Santos, who has been leading the country since 1979, had transferred stakes in several companies to his eldest daughter. Isabel dos Santos' most valuable asset, according to Forbes, is a 25% stake in one of Angola's two mobile networks. The estimated net worth is around $1 billion. She also has large stakes in banks in both Angola as well as Portugal, coupled with large investments in a Portuguese cable TV channel. Angola is a major oil-producing country, and Isabel also has a 6.9% stake in Portuguese oil company Gulp, which is connected to the Angolan state oil company. According to Forbes, watchdog organizations such as Global Witness have written on several occasions about missing assets and murky dealings within Angola in the past. According to the World Bank, Angola has a population of nearly 20.82 billion and a GDP of nearly $114.2 billion. However, the BBC notes that most of its population survive on a daily income of less than $1.
So this is not at all surprising, because in many third world countries it is well known fact that there is a close relationship between the business interest and political interest, especially the political elite. They are in an advantageous position to control the economic process through which they can become extremely rich, and especially those who are coming from the humble economic background. So by using their political power, so they get the opportunity to acquire an enormous amount of wealth. So what is important for us to use this example to revisit the situation in the third world countries in general, and especially the situation in a country like Sri Lanka. And
the hunger strike that was initiated by a nursing officer attached to the Kandy Teaching Hospital after climbing a tree has concluded.
Well, the nursing officer resorted to this action as a mark of protest against the internal transfer of two other female nurses attached to the hospital.
On Thursday, a nursing officer attached to the Kandy Teaching Hospital climbed onto a tree and commenced a hunger strike. The two female nurses in question were given internal transfers after an investigation launched into obstructing the duties of doctors at a surgery room at the Kandy Teaching Hospital. The nursing office climbed onto a tree, requesting that the transfers be cancelled. Meanwhile, the hospital administration informed the police about the incident, and the police in turn informed the courts. The protester decided to call off his hunger strike after the police arrived at the hospital premises this evening and discussed the matter with fellow nursing officers. We asked him to end the satyagraha and get off the tree. He obliged and got off the tree. And now he is receiving treatment. Because there will be problems in surgeries, myself and my secretaries decided that we do not need to have conflicts, and we requested him to get down from the tree and come for a discussion.
ඉතින් ඒ අනුව අපි මමත් අපේ ලේකම් අමාත්‍යාංශ ලේකම්තුමත් ගොයාට ගහින් බහැලා ඇවිල්ලා සාකච්ඡා කරන්න කියලා ඉතින් ඒකට එකඟ වෙලා තියෙනවා.
Kandy District Secretary of the All Island Nursing Services Association, Prabhat Palipana, said that as it was not agreed to cancel the internal transfers of the nurses, they will continue with the trade union action at the main surgery room.
Well, the residents of Rindi Baliala in Mahava engaged in a demonstration blocking the Kurunagala-Anuradhapura road in the Ella area.
The protest was staged charging that the law is not being meted out against an individual who raped a 90-year-old woman. The area residents charged that the victim had been left paralyzed for the past 8 years and that the law is not enforced due to various pressures being exerted. The protesters also brought the victim to the location of the protest.
The police haven't apprehended him. They say he bribes the police. Politicians are hiding him. There is no point in informing the officials. That is why we stepped onto the streets.
The area residents charged that the culprit connected to the crime engages in activities such as illegal sand mining. The police that arrived at the location took steps to disperse the protesters. When we inquired about the matter, acting police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rovana said that a complaint in this regard had been lodged with the police on the 11th of this month. He noted that the victim was subject to medical examination which confirmed that the victim had been raped. SSP Ajit Rovana added that investigations have been launched to apprehend the culprit who has fled the area.
Well, Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva says that due to the weakness of the opposition, issues may arise within his party as well. Now, the minister made this statement in Wilgamua yesterday.
The opposition is weak. Back then we fought with the UNPers and they fought back. Now there is no one to fight with. We are fighting amongst us for votes. If the UNP grows stronger and sends some strong candidates and pays some poster, these people will go to take down those posters and flags. But when the opposition is weak, there will be unnecessary issues in the party. Do not let it happen.
Time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Well, tonight on Words of Wisdom, we bring you the thoughts of Charles Darwin, the father of the theory of evolution.
It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. Charles Darwin, English naturalist.
Well, President Mahinda Rajapaksa joined the masses yesterday to witness the Kataragama Aslamaha Perahera yesterday.
The head of state, who visited the ancient Kirivehera Vihara in Katargama yesterday, engaged in religious observances there. Subsequently, the president called on the chief incumbent of the Kirivehera Vihara in Katargama, Venerable Aluteva Sorata Thera, and then went on to pay his respects to the Ashtapala Bo tree in Katargama. The president engaged in religious observances in several devalas, including the main devala in Katargama, before heading to witness the Perahera. The head of state visited a rice tansal that took place at the Situl Power Board Raja Vihara this morning.
The Chogam Task Force Secretariat hosted a joint question and answer session on Twitter today. The public was granted the opportunity to post their questions directly to the Task Force Secretariat under the hashtag AskChogam.
That's right, Arundhati. Now, News First also posted its questions to the Task Force Secretariat and we received one response. Just to demonstrate, now we asked Chogam on their Twitter account how many countries have confirmed their participation for Chogam and what is the status of Canada. And Chogam replied to a News First inquiry and they said that many countries have indicated that they are participating and are sending advance visits this month. Now they also went on to say that no country has declined attendance or is expected to do so.
But you can also join us through Twitter on @newsfirst_en. I repeat, @newsfirst_en. Well, time for a short commercial break. Stay with News First. We will be right back.
News First at 9. News First at 9.
Welcome back to the news. Speaking at an election propaganda meeting in Putlam yesterday, leader of the JVP Sumawangsa Amar Singh said, he commented rather on the situation in Ratapaswala.
There is only one party, not two. One party that attacks the people. What happened here is both sides joined together. There are two sides to this. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party, the United National Party and all others who are against the people are on one side attacking the people. The JVP is there to protect the people. That is why they said that the JVP is behind or involved with what happened in Ratapaswala Valley area. Tell me what is wrong if the JVP stood by or was behind it. Tell me what is wrong if he stood by the people who asked for clean drinking water.
අපට පිරිසිදු වතුර බොන්න ඕනේ කියලා කියන ජනතාව ඉස්සරහින් හිටියොත් තියෙන වැරද්ද මට කියන්න.
But Minister of Wildlife Vijitha Vijayamuni Soisa says he has received a letter noting that the data record book of the Department of Wildlife containing records of tamed elephants in the island that went missing has been found.
Well, speaking at the News First Government the program last night in Hambegamo Thanamalvilla, the minister said that it was the person who said the book went missing was incidentally the person who informed him that the book was found.
According to the Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance, it is mandatory to obtain a license or a permit in order to rear elephants. For this purpose, all the information relating to the elephant, including photographs, need to be submitted. The book that was reported to be missing from the Department of Wildlife is this particular book. After it was reported that this book was missing, detectives sealed the room which the book was placed on the 10th of this month.
මං ඇහුවා අපේ අධ්‍යක්ෂක ජෙනරාල්තුමා කිව්වා මේක නැති වෙලා අවුරුද්දක් කියලා. ඊළඟට ලේකම්තුමාගෙන් අහුවා කොහෙද?
The Director General told me that it had gone missing over a year ago. When I asked from the Secretary, he told me that it had gone missing for over 6 months. I listened to both of them, but I anyway decided to conduct an investigation. I appointed an assistant director to lead the investigation. A complaint was made with the police and the police sealed the room. I took measures to inform the President as well. The Criminal Investigation Department is also conducting an investigation. However, the person who said that the book was missing has sent me a letter saying that the book was found. What is this drama? It will be revealed very soon.
මොකද්ද මේ නාටකය කියලා තාම ටික දවසකින් එළියේ මොකද හැංගි වෙස් බෑන්දත් එළියනේ නටන්න වෙන්නේ. බලමු නටනකොට.
The News First Government, the program that highlights the issues of the Hambegamo village in Thanamalvilla, is scheduled to be aired on our sister channel, Sirsa TV, soon.
ලෝකෙම ව්‍යාප්ත වෙලා තියෙන රියැලිටි ටීවී කාරණයක් කිව්වා. ඔබතුමාලට හිතෙනවා